Welcome to the Gunner's Guide. Today we're going to be doing a grout repair, which is just basically touch-up. What we've got is a shower that is only about 6-7 months old. Areas that they missed the grout in. So we are going to touch it up. In order to do that, you need to know a couple things. So we have the grout. It comes in a powder form. We can just pour a little bit of grout in the bucket. Now we need a little bit of water. We're going to mix that up until it's creamy. And you don't want very many lumps in it. Matter of fact, you don't want any lumps in it. Once your grout is mixed up, you will see that it'll stick to the trowel. If it runs off the trowel, it's a little too wet. Add a little more powder to it until you can get it to a consistency where it sticks to your trowel. Okay, to put the grout on, I just wipe some grout onto my trowel and it should be able to just stick there. That's the kind of consistency you're looking for. Then I take a rubber float. This is just a float that has rubber on it. You're trying to push that grout into the grout joints, not just swipe it across the top. The more you can fill the grout joints in, the better it'll be. You'd like it to be able to get all the way to the backboard to fill it in. Now you have timing. The timing is this stuff will dry, and the longer it dries, the harder it gets. The harder it gets, the harder it is to take it off the wall again. Especially on a rock. This is more of a rock surface, so it is very porous and very hard to get it very smooth. After you've got everything grouted that you want in a small area, because you're only going to have so much time. So doing a full shower, this is not the process you want to take. Now we can let that sit for a couple minutes. The longer it sits, the harder it will be to get off. But if you wipe it too soon, then it will come right back out of the grout joints. So we're just going to detail the corners, make it look pretty. And then I'm just doing with my finger. There's not a real good tool to use. God gave me the one I use. Now we can start with a bucket of water and a sponge. This is not a kitchen sponge. A kitchen sponge does not hold as much water as this will. This will hold a lot of water, but you want to wring it out so it's just damp. You can see no water is dripping off of it, so it's just damp. Now when you go to wipe this, you're not trying to dig the grout out. You're just trying to smooth it out. But with rock, I'm going to try to smooth it out so that each distance where the rock sticks out and it's not, I want to go ahead and get that nice and smooth. So basically you're going to rub it all around. Then you can start to feel that your sponge is sticking to the wall itself. That's because there's a lot of grout now on the sponge. Flip it over, keep wiping. You're just smoothing out all those grout. And when you get your both sides full of grout, you need to clean it out. Dip it in, wring it out 3 or 4 times, and you're good to start again. This happens to be one of the hardest stones to work with for grouting, just because of how many highs and lows it naturally has in the stone. So you kind of have to use your finger to get that. You're trying not to wipe the grout out, but you're trying to get it all off that surface. The nicer you can get it at this point, the better it'll become at the very end. This is basically why they didn't do a very good job at the beginning. They wanted to do it quick. And this rock is not quick. That looks pretty good. A couple details to go over. I want to make it look as uniformed as I can. It's looking pretty good. Filled it all in. Now we want to wait for it to haze over. That'll probably take 10-15 minutes. It's got to evaporate the water off the front, which means all the haze will dry on it. You don't want that haze to dry too long, because then it's hard to wipe it off. But if you can sit and watch it for about 15 minutes, then you'll see that you can take a sponge and go ahead and just rinse that off. You will get, once in a while, when you take a shower, you will see the haze come back. That's just usually because it's so porous on this. On your ceramic tile, that usually doesn't happen. The haze will come off and won't be there. But on stone, you might get a second haze when you take your first shower. Okay, now that you've grouted and you've let it sit up for 15-20 minutes, there'll be a little haze on it. Luckily with us, we didn't get a whole lot of haze because we wiped it off pretty good. So, if you can do this grout like at night, after you get home from work, in the evening, then in the morning, the next morning, you'll be able to take a shower. But you'd like to let it sit up for about 6, 7, 8 hours before you start putting more water on it. Now, a full grout job, we will tell you not to do it for 24 hours because it's deeper, it's thicker, and it's going to take a little bit longer to dry underneath it. So for now, you've only got about 6, 7, 8 hours, and then you can take a shower. And that's basically it. Clean up with a towel. Make sure everything looks pretty. And you've got a full grout jointed tile shower. Hey everyone, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications. You'll get updates to all of our latest content so you won't miss a thing. And also follow us on Instagram for behind the scene look and exclusive content that you won't find anywhere else. Stay connected and join our growing community. Mahalo.